Today I'll be talking about Storage Saver on Google Photos. So they renamed the setting for saving photos over here high quality to Storage Saver mode. So I just want to show you sort of the difference in quality, which you won't be able to really see unless you're really, I guess, you can tell the difference, but I just wanted to show you the difference in compression size as well as just the quality. So here's, like, for instance, a photo I took of a hamburger. It's from Carl's Jr. And when I go to the file, over here on the bottom is the size. It's after Google saved it in storage saver mode, it's only 475 kilobytes, whereas the original version over here above is in 1867 kilobytes. So it's roughly 25% smaller due to compression. It doesn't mean the quality per se is smaller. Like, this was originally taken in 3840 by 2160, but after being compressed, the size wasn't modified, but rather the compression was changed, and so you save a lot of space. And of course, that's good for Google, which is storing it on their data servers. And so I can right click on here and go to properties. This is the original, and the one with the Google ending is the storage saver version. And so if we go to details, you can see that overall it still has the same amount of pixels. And then let me show you the photos. On the left over here is the original photo, and the right over here is the, what do you call it, the one saved and compressed for Google Photos. The biggest difference you might see is just the it's slightly fuzzier, if you can tell the difference. I probably should have just asked you before all of this which one is the original and which one's the Google Photos one. So this is the original, and this is the Google Photos one. The other thing is, in terms of color, because of the compression they use, it's not as vibrant. This is actually a little paler or cloudier than this one, which is the colors are just brighter. But I mean, if you post this on Facebook or any social media, I don't think you'll be able to tell much of a difference. So it's nice. That's how they can save in storage. With videos, it's slightly different. So if I go back to over here, I have these two 1080p videos, and the one on the top over here is the original video. It's 280 megabytes, and then the one that's compressed under Storage Saver Google Photos is only 70 megabytes. And so again, it's about 25% compression. I'm sure it's different depending on what kind of resolution you're recording the video, or even the compression type. This is straight from MP4 format. And so I have the videos here. The one on the left over here is the original video, and the one on the right over here is the, what's it called? Is the Google compressed video. Both are still in 1080p. If I go back into here and look at the properties for each video, this is left. Oops. Right. And comparing the two, if we go to the details, again, this goes back to compression. Resolution stays the same, but in terms of, let's say, you look at data rate, the original one was going at over here, and then the one on the right side is much less. The data rate was originally like 20K, and now it's down to 5K. So again, we see about like a 25% 25% reduction in size, and you can see even the audio has been reduced. With that said, looking at the video before it even starts, you can kind of tell on the left hand side the color red is much more darker, more vibrant, whereas this one is more pale, and it seems a little more sharper, but just slightly. I mean, if you were to play this, most people wouldn't know the difference. So here, it's hoping it wouldn't pixelate, and for some reason the original is pixelating, whereas the one on the right, it's probably a computer issue, because what do you call it, my computer is old, but it actually plays better with the, what do you call it, Google Photos one. Anyways, that's just my story. I just wanted to talk about how the quality is not as great because of the compression, but you still keep the resolution. In the case of video, it's changing the bit rate, again the compression too. So that's what I noticed. You'll see about a 25, the original size be reduced to 25% of the original size, or maybe, your mileage may vary. And in terms of quality, it'll just be like the colors will be a little paler, slightly paler, and also you might notice it's not as sharp. But I mean, that's what you get with getting something supposedly for free. So that's it.